Recording? All right. And welcome to the Playa Venao show.
Yes, sir.
The only show that's lively recorded in Playa Venao. Sitting next to me is Ben.
Whoa.
My name is Mo. And we have another week in Playa Venao.
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Darn.
What? Yeah, right. Man, and what a week it was.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bunch to talk to you about. We had the yoga gathering here. The yoga gathering was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and it was more than just yoga, wasn't it? You and I met at the sound bath.
Yeah, there was a bunch of wellness classes and courses. I think that was a lisp that I just had for a quick second. But there was a bunch of wellness classes.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of activities, and then they also had yoga and multiple types of yoga all day long. And one of the events that we went to was the sound healing event.
Yeah.
So tell the audience about
For
the
people
sound
that
healing
don't,
event.
I mean, I'm not an expert on it. I was just involved in it, so I can speak a little bit about it. But yeah, what a sound bath basically is they have these bowls. They're like crystal bowls, right?
Yeah,
Big ones,
crystal.
small
Yeah,
ones.
big giant crystal bowls.
And everyone's laying down. It's almost like a breathwork session where you're laying down on your back, head facing the bowls.
Right.
And Kate was her name.
Yep.
And she would use this stick. It almost looks like a drumstick that you hit
Yes.
like a bass drum with. And as she's going around the crystal, kind of like the trick you would do at like a party or something where you go around the crystal
Right.
Wine glass, it makes these frequencies. It makes these noise. This noise from each one, different frequencies that you're listening to, and it relaxes you. It makes you see stuff.
Oh, it was
It's
great.
It's pretty amazing, and certain frequencies can do certain things, help with stress, help with sickness, whatever it would be. That's where Kate could really be a cool interview. She could explain all that. So maybe Kate, we're gonna have you on. But wow, it was incredible, wasn't it?
It was absolutely incredible. And
Yeah.
Kate has an herbal shop in town. Is it Surprina?
Yeah.
I think it's Surprina.
Yeah.
It's in the same building that Casa Venao's in. She's an herbalist. She sells loose leaf teas.
Yeah.
She has, bug kind of like bug sprays, bug juices to kind of keep bugs away. All natural, safe for kids, organic. I mean, she's got a great shop. And she was the one that put on the sound bath healing event. And it was outrageous. It was so cool. I mean, we laid our heads down towards the circle of bowls.
Yes.
And then she played them, loud, and the vibrations. And there were so many people there, and it was so great to see all of our friends there. And nobody planned. Like, it's not like anybody texted each other and said, "Hey, are you going to the sound bath?" We just all showed up. It was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" And man, it was so much fun.
And to give a cool visual for people of where it was at, it's in this massive kind of tiki hut.
Yeah.
It's an upper level of a tiki hut overlooking the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you couldn't have a more relaxing setting.
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, I was struggling not to fall asleep. I didn't want to fall asleep because I was seeing such cool stuff and just, it's so relaxing. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
It was pretty cool. So
yeah, we had that this weekend. And it was yoga, breath workshops, sound baths. We had some tea before that, so some of Kate's tea. There was a whole lot to do that weekend. So anybody who is looking to kind of explore the wellness world, you would have had a lot to do last weekend.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. So hats off to the Eco Venao crew, Priscilla over there. She was a big part of that. I know Kashmir from Casa Venao was a big part of that. John was a big part of that. Brianna was a big part of that. Obviously, Kate.
Yeah.
Sarah Spalding, she put on a course there.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then after that, the following weekend, yesterday, we had the surf competition.
Yes, which was a pretty big one, I heard. It's like the talent scouting surf competition right down over here by Rubens.
Yeah, so we had a Discovering Surf Talents surf competition, DST, and it was just a great day of surfing, and hats off to Bobo Koistein for taking first place. He works on the show sometimes, and I know that he'd been working really hard for a good showing, so great job, Bobo. Thanks for representing. And just everybody that that participated in that event. Just great job, and it's really, really cool that you guys did that. So, but yeah, it was been a really, really fun-packed week and weekend in Venao, and just a lot going on. And right now we're at El Sitio, which is a restaurant resort on the beach. This is going to be one of the locations that's going to be hosting the Reactor Festival.
Yes.
And we are going to be interviewing this amazing lady. She's a community leader in the area. She's an excellent mom. She keeps Ben on track. She's the operations manager for the Reactor Festival, and she's going to answer all of our Reactor Music Festival questions, because I don't know much about it other than it's huge.
Yeah.
And DJs are coming from all over the world, and they're going to be doing 8 nights over the course of 2 weeks here, and we're just going to learn about that today.
Yeah.
So.
No, super cool.
And I also want to learn like what it's like momming hard in Venao, because your wife wears many, many hats.
She does.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
it'll be a fun interview.
Yeah, so that's what we have coming up on the show. And when you're in Venao, come down to El Sitio, have a meal, have a couple of drinks, stay for the dancing. It's a fantastic spot, and it's all on the beach right here. Yeah. So when we come back, we're going to have Beth Clark from the Reactor Music Festival on, and your better half.
My better half.
All right.
See you in a bit.
I'll see you in a bit. Well, we're back. We are back to the Playa Venao show. We have Beth Clark on the show today, and I've been looking forward to this interview for a long time.
Thank you.
And I just saw you approximately
12 hours ago?
Not even 12 hours ago, probably 8 hours ago, right? Thank you for coming to Charlie's birthday party.
Oh, it was a blast. Happy to celebrate him. We're happy he's here on the beach.
Yeah, it was nice to see you not working, not being in some sort of...
Except mom mode.
Always in mom mode, but
yeah.
It was nice to see you sitting down with Ben, just relaxed, talking.
Yeah, that was really,
That
it was
fun.
great. It was great to have a night just to chill, do some different things. It was really, like that circus
good.
guy was really cool.
And we had how many kids there, do you think? There was close to 20 probably.
Yeah, I was going to say 15, I'd say 15, 20.
Yeah, and no cell phones really.
No.
I mean, they had them, but they weren't engaged with
I
them.
didn't
They
see
were
them
put
pulled
away.
out once, actually.
They were playing soccer and
Juggling.
various
and,
games.
Yep.
Juggling, whatever that thing was. What do you call that?
I don't know.
The string juggle thing.
It was great. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, it was great. So, we are at El Sitio.
Correct. Beautiful restaurant and hotel.
El Sitio is going to be hosting the Reactor Music Festival.
Yep.
I know not that much about the Reactor Music Festival.
Okay.
When is it happening? How many people are going to be showing up?
Okay.
And where are the DJs coming from?
Well, so the festival, just the practical side is it's actually more than just a music festival. It is music, art, connection, wellness, and so it encompasses way more than just music. So you don't have to be a music lover to appreciate the festival.
So they have performing artists?
We have performing artists, we have aerialists, we have fire, we have obviously all the DJs, we have incredible people coming for wellness during the day.
Wow.
What was the cloth thing they did last year? Like where you're hanging spinning?
The silks.
The
The aerial silk. So she'll be here this year. Yeah. So there's fire, there's fireworks, there's a lot. There's a lot going on, but it creates a really, really cool 12 days. And that's this year. It's always over the new moon.
Okay.
So it's April 3rd to April 14th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I'll answer your other question too. We're expecting usually around it's like 600 to 700 people.
Okay.
Beach is full, beach is packed, and yeah, the DJs come from everywhere. Like we fly them in we have local resident DJs from Venao, we have DJs from Panama, and we have international DJs.
That's
So,
fantastic. And as far as like the people that attend the event,
Yep.
are they locals? Are they expats? Are they coming from Panama City? Are they coming from Europe?
We
North America? Like,
so we have a variety of people coming. We have we're really plugging the community this year. We're really trying to get as many community as we can, because that's really what this event is about, is showcasing all of Venao.
Right.
It's not just a Reactor event. It is showcasing what Venao has to offer, which is why we have it's all good. Why we have the event in different locations.
Right.
Every night is a different location throughout the week. So the people, like I said, they come from Panama, they come from local, they come from, it's okay. You can be in the shot, it's all good. Dogs are a part of Venao.
Yeah. Very normal.
Yeah.
it happens. What are you going to do? It's Panama. It's cool.
And then we have people flying in from Israel, from Canada, from the United States, from Europe. Most DJs bring a couple people with them as well. So we're really trying to get this multicultural event together for people of all, like I said, you don't have to love music to come to Reactor. It really helps because the music is amazing, but you don't have to, that doesn't have to be your main focus when you come to Reactor.
Great. Okay. And I think, nature is such a big part of Playa Venao.
Yes.
That I think the people that attend Reactor and that have attended Reactor over multiple years, they also come here for the nature as well. The interaction of nature and music and community all coming together.
Exactly. We have two locations. We have one we call Magic Mountain, which is in the hills behind Venao. And then we have another location in Cañas called Cuckoo's Nest, which is Freddie Lacoste's place. And both are incredible for the nature.
Wow.
You're up in the mountain, you're overlooking the ocean. The music goes from 10 at night until 7 in the morning. So you get to see the sunrise over the ocean, over the mountains, which is it's always everyone's favorite experience, is having those sunrise sets.
Wow.
Yeah. The fireworks go off.
Oh, the fireworks, that's it.
Cool.
It's a really cool event.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I could hear the music last night in the mountains.
That was Freddie's birthday party.
Yeah, from my house, because my house is at the base of kind of the mountains there, and it was really cool to see that, especially and there's not much light pollution where we're at, so when you could hear the music and then look up in the stars and go, oh my gosh, this place is magical.
Yeah.
Absolutely magical.
I was helping with security last year, and I was up on the mountain when the sun rose. Cuckoo's Nest. Well, I was up on the mountain too. Cuckoo's Nest was really cool because the sun coming up over the ocean, and then the DJ starts playing something that hits the vibe, and you're like, wow, man, this is really cool. Yeah.
Just on a sidebar note, if Ben is doing security, this is awesome, because this would be the security guard that you would want to talk to, because he'd be like, Ben's like, hey man, just chill out a little bit. It's going to be okay. Let's enjoy ourselves. I bet you are a great security guard.
That's why he was hired. They were like, we need someone who's firm but friendly.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone like Ben who's firm and friendly.
Dude, the master of de-escalation.
Exactly. But also, been doing jiu-jitsu for 6 years, so if anything goes down, he can handle himself.
Totally.
Hopefully not. Yeah. It's never escalated to that point. No.
Most people are pretty cool. They're pretty cool. You're meeting a lot of really neat people.
Yeah. The first time I met Ben, we shook hands like this.
Yeah, exactly. On the jiu-jitsu mats,
But anyway, so how long have you been helping with this Reactor Festival?
This is my second year. It actually started because Asaf, who owns El Sitio here and is the founder, or one of the founders of this event, he's the owner now of the event, and we were on the mats once again. We were doing jiu-jitsu together. We were middle of a sparring match, and he stops and he looks up at me and he goes, "Do you have time to help me with something?" He goes, "I think I have something that I would like you to work with me on." And I said, sure, like I'm open.
Right.
So the next day we connected at the restaurant here. He kind of shared the vision of what he had for me that he would like me to be a part of. And that was it. I said yes. That was last year. And then since then I've been doing, because not only does he do Reactor Venao, but he does Radio Venao, which are smaller events throughout the year.
Okay.
And this is my second year running Reactor, and I then run a couple of the smaller events here
wow.
too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you done event production planning in the past, or what's
No.
your professional background?
My professional background is an RN.
You're an RN.
Yes. So I was a nurse. I trained in Canada. I worked in hospice care, and then I worked in birth care. So I did, once I had my kids, I was self-employed and did prenatal education. I did doula work.
Oh, wow.
I did all of that. So that was what I did after hospice. And then here I haven't, you can't work as a nurse in Panama. So I kind of put that to the side. I help if needed, if someone, emergency, if needs, a quick contact or something. But for the most part, yeah, event planning is not my background. But team management, having 3 kids, running a family, running a household, nursing care, you have to be organized. You have to be able to work with a team. So my skills transferred well to this kind of team.
Do you miss the healthcare? I mean, with what occurred during COVID, do you miss the healthcare?
I'm really thankful I wasn't involved in COVID.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful I wasn't working at that time.
Yeah.
I know it burnt a lot of people out. I know it was really difficult. My hat's off to every health employee who was working in the sector at that time.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. We have some guys that are trying to move some furniture. So could you, Charlie, could you take those menus and those cups, please? And then that way.
There was a big wedding here last night, which is a super awesome spot for a wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's overlooking, if you turned the camera this way, you'd see
Yeah.
it's like a stage overlooking the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever had their wedding here last night.
Oh, yeah. It was someone from the city, I guess, from Panama City.
Beautiful wedding.
There we go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Just going to bang.
But-
It's like,
Can you pull
feel
that?
like-
You can pull that out though.
I feel like Woody the
Maybe?
Woodpecker.
I can help with it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Are you a magician?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
So do I miss the healthcare sector?
Yes.
That was the main question. Sometimes yes, but actually being involved in this team has taken some of the things that I really enjoyed about the healthcare sector, which is working as a team, working with people for a common goal. That helps. That helps take some of that, missing anything away, or it helps fill that gap a little bit.
Okay. I've been at 3 different community events. I've been at 3 different community events where they've called upon you to assess the situation and determine the urgency of the situation.
Yes.
One was a kid had cut its eye, a young child had cut its eye. Another person had fallen out of a bunk and broken their hip.
Yep.
And then another person blew their shoulder out
Surfing.
in the surf.
Yes. And then there's been
another one with the shoulder as well.
There's been another shoulder. There's been a finger. There's been a bad bee sting.
Right. So if you donate to the show, we can employ Beth as a nurse because she does so much as far as like volunteer first aid care and helping calm people's nerves.
Yep.
Helping getting people to not panic, not go into shock.
I think that's really what I don't profess to work as a nurse here. Even in Panama, there's certain careers that are illegal for someone to do. Mm-hmm. So doctors, nurses, and a bunch of others, you have to be a Panamanian.
Auto mechanic, I believe.
Yeah, there's something that you have to be a Panamanian to actually work as. So even if you became, you got your residency and all this, you'd have to almost like study here again and be licensed here. But what I would love to see set up, which I'm very happy to help with, is almost like a first aid clinic where you can have volunteers who are just on call, looking to hire Panamanian doctors, nurses, EMTs, firefighters to have like a station here. Yeah, that would be really like a little first responder station. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Because at the moment, there is a gap here for that, and I've heard some rumors that there's some people looking at setting something like that up, which is really great.
Oh, that'd be great.
But the Sorry, my son just distracted me. Common tale.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right.
You're talking about the clinic.
Setting up the clinic. But for now, I'm very happy that if someone needs something, I go and, like you said, just at least help assess. Okay, yep, this needs hospital care.
Right.
No, you could probably get away with going to the pharmacy and getting this here, antihistamines, like the bee sting.
Right.
She was really worried because she'd been stung and her elbow was all swollen. And in the end, if you're not having an allergic reaction, it does just take a couple days for that swelling to go down.
Right.
Antihistamines, cream, all stuff you can get over the counter.
Right.
You don't need to get a
And we have a
prescription.
pharmacy here.
That's it. We have a pharmacy.
We have a pharmacy here.
So people can go and get that taken care of. And then, dislocated shoulders, it's like, nope, you don't want to have this put in here. Go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And
we have two hospitals. We have two hospitals relatively close by.
Yeah, within about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, public hospitals. And then if you want private, the closest is probably Chitre.
Okay.
San Juan is probably the best hospital that's the closest. And that's where we've gone with our son to. Once he broke his wrist, we went and got it cast there. $100.
Wow.
Visit. They brought in the doctor. They called him in. That was the most expensive part. It was like $25 for the ER visit and supplies, and $100 to call the doctor in.
And the doctor did a tremendous job because the kid recently beat me up.
Yep,
so
that's it.
the arm works great. In fact, it's stronger
Wrist
than it
is fully healed.
Yeah.
It's good to go. No problems
it's
there.
wild.
Yeah.
So this leads me to my next thing, because I really do consider you to be one of the busiest people on the beach. What's it like momming hard in Playa Venao? Like, your kids are young, they are engaged, they need time and attention.
Yes.
You guys do a tremendous job as parents.
Well, thank you.
And I'm a pretty critical judge of parents.
You're pretty judgmental.
Yeah, I'm very like,
We got the
give you
most
the
there.
eye. Yeah, no, but you guys do an amazing job.
Thank you.
Like, how many hours of sleep do you get a night?
Probably about 8 now.
Oh, wow.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. Honestly, because I do know that I need my sleep. So I do have to prioritize that. And my kids are in an age where they can kind of get up now. Our youngest is 6, and we have our daughter who just turned 9, and then our oldest is 11. He's turning 12 in a couple months. So they're at an age where they can kind of get up on their own. They can get themselves breakfast. They can get themselves dressed. They can maybe watch something for a little bit. So I try and get my sleep.
Yeah.
But I'm always out of bed before 8. Except today. Ben let me sleep until 9 because we were too late partying
sure.
with Charlie's birthday party.
Oh,
there.
yes. Sweet part.
Yeah.
Valerie, you got a question. It looks like you have a
What do you
question,
need,
Valerie.
buddy?
Valerie, you can come in the shot
do you
and
need?
ask. You can.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. There's no strawberry smoothie, so they made the decision to get chocolate.
All right, which is good. Which is good. I think a Sunday morning and a chocolate smoothie, that's brilliant.
It's fine. I don't care. I slept till 9, so I'm happy. I'm good.
Right on. So was it stressful moving down here and being a mother of 3 and being the captain of your ship?
It's gotten easier and easier. The first actually couple weeks were the hardest for us because we literally jumped on a plane and just said, we're going to go travel. This is actually when we were just traveling. We hadn't even thought about living here. And the language, we were in a city which wasn't our kind of thing. It was very stressful. It was very hard. Those first couple weeks of homesickness for the kids, that was tough. But if I say now, I am way less stressed. Wow. Parenting is so much easier here. If anything, being here is easier. It's easier to be busier here, and you're still less stressed. That's the way I feel it.
Yes.
Because you're busy, but you're not stressed.
Right.
It's busy, and you're active, and you're doing things, and you're going places, and you're sorting things out, and you're taking your kids around, and you're involved in lots of activities, but the stress is not here.
Right. It's a very fulfilling life. It's a very fulfilling way. It's a fun way of educating your kids, making sure that they have the academic, their academic needs, making sure that they get their needs with nature and moving their bodies, exercising. It's a great place to raise kids.
It's really, I find it's easy to check those boxes here.
Yeah.
And people sometimes think, you live in a beach town, you sit on the beach all day. We don't live vacation mode here.
No.
We eat out maybe once a month, if that. we cook everything at home. We live at home. We hit the beach. We try and get to the beach, often so the kids can surf and we can just be in the ocean, that healing salt water and, being grounded and having that time. But we don't lounge on the beach.
Right.
It's just not, if you have family come, it's very different.
Yeah.
They want vacation mode here, and that's not our normal life here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also think that being on the beach, being immersed in nature like this, being around an international creative community, it spawns more creativity. And the music that your son is putting out is fantastic.
Thank you.
And the YouTube shorts that he's putting out, the TikToks he's putting out,
that's Ben's creativity. He's having a lot of fun dreaming up these things.
The Instagram stuff
fun.
is so good. So it's so cool to watch that. So
it is.
I want to congratulate you guys.
Would you have done that in Canada, you think?
You know what? I don't know. It definitely would have been different. It's hard to say how you're creative in a different spot. You know what I mean? But this place definitely blossoms creativity.
Yeah.
There's just so much
and it's encouraged.
So much to draw from.
Yeah.
It is encouraged, and the community is so supportive. Honor's friends are super supportive. The adults, I heard your last song. It's like everyone is, like you said, this multi-generational friendships, which you just don't get outside of family in Canada. You just, there's not this like, maybe if you have a best friend, a family best friend,
sure,
but not to the extent that it is here.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to create a blue zone here. I think the end result is we're going to have a nice blue zone here.
Yep.
And we'll be able to have substantiated evidence to support, what we've done. Mm-hmm. And we can inspire other people to go live a healthy life. Do you have to be rich to move here? Are you rich? Do you have to be rich to move here?
No. I think that you could be here in any stage of life, truly. I think the only thing you need to have is a little bit of income outside of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just need to have something just to live a simple life. Especially now, because even more so, they're trying to draw families. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to, there'll always be the vacation factor in Venao. There'll always be the tourism factor in Venao. That's what really propels this place. But they're developing communities for families.
Right.
So I think those will even be better priced than what there are now, because they will be geared toward long-term rentals and bringing families in. So I think it's only going to become more and more affordable for families. The tourism might go up a little bit, but they're really trying to draw in people to be here and to live here. And you can't do that if you put it out of people's price range.
Right. Yeah. And I think as far as, from a working standpoint, if you're a creative person, if you're a little bit of a hustler, if you like talking to strangers, you can find some sort of income stream here.
Yeah, and you just need to be okay with maybe it being a bit piecemeal.
Yeah.
Like you get a little bit from here each month, a little bit from here, a little bit from here, and you just live like a local. Yeah. Like we said, like we barely eat out. One of our favorite spots to eat out is the Fonda, because we can feed all of our kids for $20.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. You can't
Absolutely.
You can't live like a tourist unless you want to. I mean, if you have the financial means to live like a tourist, go for it.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful life. But if you don't let that hold you back from being here, because if you eat like a local, you buy your fresh fish, you have your rice, you have your beans, you get your meat from the local suppliers, you do all this stuff.
Your fruits, your smoothies, your eggs, all of that's fairly affordable.
It. And when you get here, the community will help you do that too. Yeah. Like you can't shop at the local grocery store and feed a family of 5. Like that's not living like a local.
Yeah.
You have to sort things out, you have to figure things out, you have to make it work. And part of the beauty of living here is the simplicity.
Yes.
So you're not shopping on Amazon all the time. You're not going on a cold day in Canada to be like, I'm so bored, let's just go shopping.
Right.
You take the kids to the mall. You don't do those things. So where you would have spent more in Canada, even if things, for us, our dollar here is not worth a lot as a Canadian dollar, so we lose money when we bring money here, but we spend less money here.
Right.
So, the checks and balances work out.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to always be going to the beach either. You can go to the waterfall at the river.
That's it.
We took the kids there one time. Honor was there. He was doing the rock jumps and stuff.
They love rock jumping, yeah.
You can go on hikes. There's great mountain biking down here.
Yep.
The
River
horse,
walks,
the river walks, the horseback rides. I mean, so
Yep.
there's plenty of free things to do here.
Fishing and day trips
you know,
to different beaches.
exactly.
You know, there's lots to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, when you are coming down here, you know, when you think back, you know, to 2 years ago, what would you have done different, or what would you have not done, or what would you have not worried about? What would you have done differently to make the move easier for you and your kids?
I don't know, honestly. Like, doing anything different. Like, we were in a situation where we had to do, like you talk about coming down and being rich, we had to live, we lived very simply the first year. Like, I don't know if Ben's talked about it before. We had a cement pad in Cañas, and we lived in a military tent.
Awesome.
So we lived in one big space. That allowed us to pay off our land, and we lived very simply.
Yeah.
So I don't think we could have changed that, because we weren't coming from, you know, we couldn't sell our home in Canada and come with a chunk of money to just like buy a house.
Sure.
We had to grow. We had to build
Yeah.
here. So I don't think we could have changed that aspect. So even though it was a year of learning and it was a difficult year, it allowed us to be here,
Right.
and it allowed us to set our life up slowly to now where we can rent a house here on the beach. So I don't know that, like, even though there's things that we didn't like about it,
I have one.
I don't know if we could have changed
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Spanish.
okay, more
yes.
Spanish.
Definitely,
Okay.
if we would have come with more Spanish,
Yes.
Yeah.
it would have made construction a bit easier to work with the workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made traveling a bit less stressful. It's like, oh, if I have a question, I
Yeah.
can spurt it out.
But we
Yeah.
really, like, I don't think we had much of a choice, because they changed the laws, or not the laws, but they were changing things in Canada. So we were meant to leave in January, and we had to bump our flight up to October.
Yeah.
So for us, it was like those months, and we had planned to maybe prepare a little more. We couldn't. We were
Yeah.
like, okay, family, we were meant to be leaving in 4 months. We're leaving in 4 weeks.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
so we then had to, you know, we were kind of dropped in, but I agree that if you have the opportunity to take lessons, to really work on it,
Yeah.
even though you can get by here in Venao without any Spanish, I think out of respect for the country, to make it easier as you're traveling down, if you want to visit local communities,
Yeah.
Spanish is a...
Just
yeah.
a little bit of conversational
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yes.
You don't always
For
have
sure.
that translator handy. Always.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have these deep conversations, but just enough to, like you said, ordering, purchasing, friendly conversations. Those are a very, you're right. Very good point, Ben.
Oh, man, this has been such a good conversation.
Yes, it has been.
Oh,
Yep.
so when is Reactor starting?
Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So April 3rd is the first night.
April 3rd. And where can people find out more information about Reactor?
So reactorvenao.com, you can go there, and that has all the information about Reactor, ticket sales, everything like that. We have 4 nights of music, so you can either purchase, we call it half ride or full ride. So it's kind of split into 2 sections, because we have 4 nights of music, all different locations. Then we have 3 nights of quiet, where the music only goes until about 10 or 11, and then you quiet down, but the days are filled with wellness. So like I
Wow.
said, there's going to be incredible art structures. I have 2 friends, Andreina and Jude, and they're building beautiful art structures.
Cool.
We have another friend, Sophia, who's doing this really cool art out of surfboards. So there's art on the beach, there's yoga, there's workshops, there's there's kids programs. There's so much going on during the day, which you don't need to have a wristband to attend, by the way.
Awesome.
So you can come and just enjoy the day.
Awesome.
All around here. There's brunches, there's ceremonies, there's so many cool things going on. Then there's 4 nights of music. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night are all music festival nights. Then, like I said, there's 3 nights of quiet, and then there's another 4 nights. So
And correct me if I'm wrong, but when we spoke with Dr. Aaron Burt,
Yes.
Dr. Aaron Burt and his wife Maria, they're going to open up
Yes.
the Reactor Festival with the ceremony.
yes, his wife, so Maria is incredible. Dr. Aaron is amazing as well. They are opening the ceremony with Natalia, who works, I think she's co-owner or works with Alaya. They're actually, there's a tree right over here. We're going to be building an altar. There's going to be a ceremony to open Reactor.
Awesome.
And it'll be a really beautiful,
cool.
really beautiful ceremony. We all come in white. It's very, opening this connection space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then things kick off. So that's
That's
at
great.
5 on the 3rd.
Awesome. Awesome. And people can buy tickets online?
Yep, they can buy tickets online. If they're local, they can go to reception.
Okay.
But the easiest is probably online.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Great. And then finally, what would you tell a young mom that's on the fence of moving somewhere internationally with her kids?
I would say just go for it and just try it out. And be there for at least a month. That's what I would say. Sometimes there's so many things that you think are holding you back.
Yeah.
But if you just make the decision to go, those things will work themselves out. And that's what we found. We traveled Panama not expecting to be here. We thought we'd just escape the Canadian winter. And then maybe do like a couple months in the winter here.
Yeah,
that was our
Panama grabbed you.
It did. Venao grabbed us. The
grabbed
community
you.
just clung on to us, and we thought this is nothing like Canada.
Yeah.
We want to raise our kids in this environment.
Literally and figuratively because of the jitsu.
That's
like
it.
the jitsu, they grabbed you.
Collar choked us into submission.
Exactly. It's crazy. So, well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Man, this is awesome.
I've been watching a few, so I'm excited.
We want to interview you again in the future and hear more of crazy stories.
Yep.
Maybe we could do a reactor recap.
Yes,
of
that would
all
be amazing.
of the wacky antics that occurred.
Sounds
and,
great.
Anything funny that happens.
Yeah. That sounds
We could talk about Ben's really good
security stories.
Yeah, Ben's security de-escalation. Come on, man, just chill out. It's cool.
I can elaborate maybe. It's a bit more exciting.
Right, exactly. So
it's mainly just trying to stay awake until 7 in the morning.
Right. Exactly.
We're not all night people.
I know. It's a good excuse to drink coffee.
Exactly. Coffee and some
Cool.
some Coke.
Well, thank you so much for being on the
my
show.
goodness.
Oh,
Anytime.
it was
Anytime.
great. And check out Honor Clark. Check out his music on YouTube and on Instagram. Just Google him, you'll find it. You kids are smart. Use AI, whatever.
That's it. Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify.
There you
he's
go.
there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks again, Beth.
Awesome.
All right,
Have a great day.
All right, bye. And where we at as far as time goes? We're at 42? Okay. All right.
You want to do like an outro? Or?
Yeah, we'll do an outro. You want to get close to me?
I can come sit here, yeah. Oh man, you guys had the spot here, man.
1, 2, 3. And we're back
Yeah.
to the Playa Venao show, and I took Beth's spot.
Yeah.
This isn't meant to be weird, but we're just making it weird
I was
that way.
saying,
No, I'm kidding.
You guys had a nice cushy spot here.
Yeah.
I could have a siesta right here. I
It's
think.
the
You
best.
know?
Dude, your wife's rad. Your
She
wife's
is pretty rad.
really,
you know?
really cool,
I will
man.
agree with that. Yeah.
Like, she could be like, she's just rad. Like, the fact that she can be an ops manager and a mom and an RN, and I see how those skills blend.
Man.
Like, you're super lucky to have her.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
But
No,
I bet when you screw up, dude, I bet you feel hella bad. Like, I bet she could just give you the look.
Man, it's just, you know what? It's she's a great woman to have to keep you in check, to, you know, motivate you to be the best person you can be, because, you know, like you said, she's aware of so many hats, and she just inspires me every day on all these things she can do and accomplish so well. So I'm just like, come on, Ben, let's go, buddy.
Dude,
so no, it's great.
Been so
She's,
it's been so much fun getting to know your family in that
thank
way.
you as well.
So, hey, well, listen, the Reactor Festival is coming up. Come check it out. Come check it out. If you're in Petitcy, come check it out. If you're in Conyers, come check it out. If you don't want to attend the music festival, that's cool. Come hang out on the beach and just get to know people.
Yeah.
Say hello. It's a fun spot.
It really is a cool event.
And we really hope that, I don't know, we hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes.
And if you have any questions or comments, just, leave a comment below, and I don't know if you want to, like and subscribe. If you don't, that's cool too. No big deal.
All the good stuff.
And thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And thanks El Sitio for having us here. We really appreciate it.
This is
and it
always
was
awesome.
a super cool wedding you guys had last night. So that was a huge production, man. Super huge production. So cool. All right,
Awesome.
over and
Take care,
out.
guys.